TV. We're at one of the best places I like coming to at Namm. We're at Sony. Now, you know we exclusively use Sony for all of our editing because there's nothing better. We're going to talk about spectral layers. We're here with Mike, but before we dive into it, we're going to let you know today's visit is just a visual. We're going to talk to him at NAB in a couple weeks. We'll have the big speakers up. You'll hear all the audio. But right now, we want to see the new stuff they have because we can't wait. So, Mike, spectral layers, the new stuff, what do we got going?
This is Spectral Layers Pro 3. We released this on January 12th, and it's got a great start. People love it. This is a game changer. This program has a whole different look and feel than its predecessor, Spectral Layers Pro 2. Now, let's have a look at this. This is not something that you're used to seeing in Spectral Layers Pro. It's your typical traditional waveform. But Spectral Layers Pro now has a waveform view, and when I lift the curtain here on this, I can see my spectrum. Now, this is what people are used to seeing in Spectral Layers Pro, the spectrum. But now we have the waveform view display over the spectrum display, and it's a great reference point for, you know, looking at how loud your sounds are. Of course, you can see that in the spectrum as well, but the waveform gives you that comfort level of seeing your stuff in the traditional waveform view. Now, next up, the cool thing about Spectral Layers Pro 3 is that it has a completely new and flexible color scheme. And I have a bunch of layers up here now in a bunch of different colors. Let's just solo the top layer. And when I solo this, you can see it's coming up in a nice shade of blue. And here I have a palette, and I can go in there and I can change the color of my layer to be pretty much any one of 9 different choices. Now, this is really great because when you're working with complicated projects with a lot of layers, you know, you want to start piling these layers up. And when you do, then you get this rainbow color display where you can keep track of all of your layers, and it's just a great look, and it's a great way to stay organized. Now, going back to the waveform view display, when you look at the waveform, you can actually see your waveform layer content displayed in the waveform on its own color. And this is really great.
That's nice.
It's cool, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah, I know. So, you know, when it comes time to mix your sound, then you can go to your layer and you can go to your mixer panel and, you know, change the gain on your layer, and, you know, everything grows inside and outside of the waveform.
That is just such a neat thing. I really like that.
It's really cool, isn't it? And so, you know, this is just a great reference point for, you know, your traditional audio editor who likes to see the waveform view display and the relationship of the different sounds that are inside of it. And so, pulling up our spectrum again, we've got a lot of different things to work with. Another thing that we have going on here is over on the left we have a lot of new additions in the tools panel. Probably not a lot of time to go over each and every one of them right now, but we've, you know, for example,
and that's all for the NAB thing. We're going to get really deep into that.
Yeah. I'm limited to headphones here, and so I don't really have speakers that I can blast stuff through, but at NAB we'll go deep like we did last year with
exactly.
the demo.
So we're going to do some fun stuff, but for now, again, we need you to see what it is.
Yeah.
Wet that palette, so you'll be coming back to see what they really could do.
Great new tools. Today it's all about look at the pretty colors, right? And so here they are, and this is great. Now, let's not leave SoundForge out of the equation because SoundForge has been updated to 2.5, and this is it. Well, this is the this is part of it. Now, we want to thank our SoundForge Pro Mac users, the early adopters, for coming out and coming on strong and picking up SoundForge Pro Mac. We understand that we were building this program from the ground up in OS 10, and it didn't have all the bells and whistles that SoundForge Pro 11 has after almost 2 decades of development. But SoundForge Pro Mac, we've been keeping it on the radar, and we have a lot of great new things in SoundForge Pro Mac 2, but the best of all is that it's free. So if you're a registered SoundForge Pro Mac user, you can get a free update to 2.5, and you get Wavehammer compressor. This is a SoundForge original, and a lot of people have been asking for the Wavehammer. They want that kind of compressor limiter feature that Wavehammer really brings. It brings a great compression algorithm. And so you can get that free in your SoundForge 2.5 free update. Also, we have CD burning. Now, CD burning is something that people have been asking for ever since we put out SoundForge Pro Mac a couple of years ago, and now it's easy. We have our burn disc menu, and I have an album in here right now ready to burn. All you have to do is, get your tracks up on the timeline, open up the burn menu, hit burn, you're good to go. You've got a burn CD. And so there are a lot of Pro Mac users who have been waiting for this feature, and once again, this is a free update, and it's our way of saying, thanks for sticking with us. Now we have the three big things that people want the most. We have CD burning, we have batch conversion, and we have the Wavehammer compressor limiter that people have been asking for. Now, again, we have Audio Master Suite 2, which includes SoundForge Pro Mac 2 and Spectra Layers Pro 3 in a single package. I'm sorry, that was SoundForge Pro Mac 2.5, Spectra Layers Pro 3 in a single package. Again, Spectra Layers Pro is cross-platforms. We have Audio Master Suite for the Windows users as well. So we have brand new Spectra Layers Pro, SoundForge 2.5 free update, and brand new Audio Master Suite 2 for both the Mac and the PC platform. All of the pricing has stayed the same. We haven't raised the price on anything. So come and get it. We got it going on. It's good.
It really is. Now again, we only use Sony for our editing. You see it in all the credits. There's nothing better. That's why we've been with them for years, and we're never going anywhere. But here's another thing. They do an upgrade, and they don't forget about the guy that was there from day one. Honestly, Mike, there's nothing that personally just lights my chain more than being the early adopter, and 4 months later they come out with this and forget about the guy that came on from day one and say, yeah, you got to rebuy it.
Yeah.
And that's just not cool. You guys get it. Free upgrade. If you're an early adopter, you heard it, go to the Sony site and you're getting the free upgrade. If you don't have it, there's no better time than now to jump on this package. We use it, so many other people do, and in a couple weeks you're going to hear everything this thing does.
I wish I could do that today for you, but unfortunately, no speakers, headphones only.
But that's good. That gives us a reason to come back and see you at NAB.
I know, we love seeing you. It's so great to see you here at the show. It's great.
Well, and this year we got a 4K bang, so you're going to see all of this. Question, available right now. If I want to buy it right now,
absolutely.
Can I go to the Sony site?
Yeah, Spectra Layers Pro 3 was released on its own, and with the Audio Master Suite packages, as well as the free SoundForge Pro 2.5 update, all went live on January 12th, and it's dug in good, and so go get it.
Well, it's January 21st, guys. You're a week late on it, but that's not slowing you down. You jump out and get this stuff. Our upgrades are coming. Everything new we'll be using in the next couple weeks, but now it's time for you to get it. Mike, it's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
We love Sony, and you guys just got to try this stuff. You see what it does from us, everyone else. So many major people are using it, let alone other guys. Oh, you know what we're going to touch on with Mike? We know how good Sony is, so we know we don't have to get into the big spiel and all that stuff. We're doing our thing with Metal Sanaz. We've had everybody kick in. I know when I talk to Mike in a few minutes, Sony's going on that list of stuff too. So watch out. We're coming to get you. We're coming to give you all this stuff. There's going to be a couple kids over in Turkey, Iran, Iraq. Some of you countries, we're giving the boat away, and someone's going to be lucky enough to get some of this stuff. Yeah,
great to see you again, BUZZTV.
We'll see you soon. We're out here at BUZZTV. We're at Rock and Roll Industries, and we caught up with Tony, Black Star Union. Hey, we missed your show last night, and that's all our fault, getting caught in that lovely LA traffic. But the best part is, we caught up to you tonight. I know the show kicked ass, but let's talk about the band. How things going?
Really good. We got a new CD about to come out. We just signed a deal with Doug Goldstein, who used to manage Guns N' Roses. So the gig went great. Everything's good.
And the new CD. How many tracks? What do we expect to hear on this bad boy? I know it's going to be something that everyone's going to have to get.
I have actually a single on me. Here we go.
You know what? Artist of the Week coming up here. You'll hear Blacklist Union. You'll see him on the show coming down the road. But you'll definitely hear him as our Artist of the Week in the credits on the website really soon. Cool. So I know this is going to rock. But what's the album going to be all about? What do we expect to hear on the
Well, the album's called Back to Momo. It's about a whorehouse, actually, in Hollywood. And,
nice.
It's about really, you know, other 3 records, I'm really proud of them, and they were really great. And, of course, we had, you know, great reviews on them. But for me, they were very dark. And this record is kind of about letting go and, you know, really letting go of the angst and the anger and all that bullshit, you know, that ran me for years, runs a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? And I was able to just let go of things like childhood trauma, whatever it is, and that record is this record coming out is a celebration of all that stuff, you know?
Now, do we have a tour planned up, something real beefy in support of it?
Yeah, we're working on that right now, festivals, and like I said, we just got Duck Goldstein managing us, so you know, we should be in good hands.
Very good. Now, to find the band on all the normal sites, CD Baby, iTunes, and all that stuff, and the website, blacklistunion.com?
Yeah.
Perfect, because the last couple days I've been not getting official or banned, so it's blacklistunion.com. Could get all the information, the upcoming tour dates, news on the new album coming out, which you're gonna definitely want to get. And the best thing is, when they hit the road, we're gonna catch up with them, get a full segment, HD, 3D, 4K, and if they're outside of the festival, the 4K drones in the air coming at you.
Nice.
We're the only show in the world that has aerial concert footage with fully synced audio from front of house. So when we get our drone out there, we don't play fucking games.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we get aerial stuff, we get it in your face every different way.
Right on.
But the best thing is we got Tony, Blacklist Union, over here at Rock and Roll Industries, one of the best places at Namm. I'm letting Tony go because neither one of us should be up this fucking early. So we're out here.
Thank you, brother.
Tony, it was definitely a pleasure. Thank you, and we're out here. See you guys. We're right here, Buzz TV. We're back at Sony. We're with Andy. We're going to talk about high-res audio. Andy, what do we got new this year?
Well, before talking about what's new, it's interesting to talk a little bit about what's old. You know, audio, since the early days of recorded audio, and we're talking Thomas Edison and things like that, every time something new in audio comes along, the quality gets better and better and better and better and better and better. And then a few years ago, we said, let's stop getting better. MP3 is good enough. You know, it's more important to have thousands of songs in our pocket, and I understand that. But the point is that high-res audio, going beyond MP3, can really transmit such emotion in the audio. So as a new corporate initiative, we at Sony are trying to wake up the world to how impactful audio can be when you listen to it in high-resolution formats. And we actually have a whole new series of consumer products, including headphones and speakers and home audio storage devices and the ability to download high-res files online and things like that, and have a server at home. So that's really interesting. We even have a brand new high-res audio Walkman that was just at the CES show that made quite an impact. On the pro side, though, we have our PCM D100. And the PCM D100 is a very high-end audio recorder. I mean, if you think about what's happened in audio recorders over the last few years, it's almost a race to the bottom for pricing. I can make it cheaper, cheaper, cheaper. And what we decided is, in one of our models, to just make the quality so outstanding, so blow away, where audio is really important. That's what we've done with the PCM D100. It records in PCM modes, not only up to 96K, it does 192K. But beyond that, it can record in what's called DSD. Direct Stream Digital is the recording format that was adopted for use when the Super Audio CD came out a few years ago. It is the most analog sounding digital format possible. It's warm and beautiful and can go way out beyond 50K frequency response. And this little guy can record in DSD with its built-in microphones that are matched and go out to a beyond 30K frequency response. You can even change the direction. So this makes unbelievably high quality recordings. And if what you really care about is getting the best sound down, this is the way to go.
Now, does this unit also have the ability to import via jacks? Let's say I wanted to to get something from a front of house console?
Sure, sure. Yeah, I mean, there are inputs on here as well.
Perfect. Because that's a biggie with a lot of us. It's getting that live sound with the mic, but being able to tap into a board to get that pristine audio.
Exactly. But the microphones are way not to be overlooked. They are exceptionally high quality microphones.
Oh, we use a digital recorder out in in the middle of the room sometimes.
Terrific.
But I do know we're probably going to get our hands on one of these because I want better audio, and it looks like this is the unit that's going to give it out. What's the price point on something like this?
Street price is in the $800, $900 range. You have to go see what's out there.
Available right now?
Absolutely available right now.
So you can get this at your normal retailers, the Sony.com website. I'm on there all the time, so I know it works. I love the unit. I really do. I mean, it looks great. And it's
great, and it's a ton of features in there that we don't have the chance to go through here.
And it's a Sony product, so.
Audio has the ability to reach inside of you, so let it.
We can't say any more than that. Andy, I appreciate everything. It's always a pleasure coming to Sony. Again, we only use Sony for our editing, and we're using so many more of their products as time goes on, because Sony truly is the best. We love you guys. We'll see you at Namm or NAB real soon, because we're at Namm now. So for B-Rad, for Andy, for Sony, Buzz TV, we're out of here, guys. See you here at Buzz TV. Rock and Roll Industry Magazine, Namm 2015. And that's right, we finally pulled Jessica in, because it's time to talk about the magazine. Hey Jessica, how you doing?
Good, how about yourself?
Oh, it's a great show. Now you know the thing we love, there's lots of publications out there. There's some hard print, there's some video, there's some that are just web-based. But if you want to know about rock and roll, and you want to know about the scene, there's only one publication, Rock and Roll Industries Magazine. I mean, the stuff you guys have that's consistent, it's not filler and it's not fluff. You get the information out there.
Yeah.
How did all this come to be?
Good question, actually. We started doing clothing, and we started working with a lot of bands, and decided that we wanted to do more for the bands. So we started a little publication, and it was a little freebie at first, and then we got into Guitar Centers and Barnes and Nobles, and decided to go national with it. So, and then we got bigger and better bands, but we still do the locals as well. So. And
it's blowing up everywhere.
Yep, definitely.
Now I know you could find this at the Guitar Centers. Where else could we find the magazine all over the place?
Barnes and Nobles, and then newsstands, and we're working on more locations. So.
Now, is there going to come a time that that you'll have an online offshoot of this?
We do have it online right now too. So you can go onto our website and you can either order a full version, a print version, or you can get the digital. So.
Now, the digital version, is this something that's a free thing, or is it a subscription based? How does it work?
It's $1 for the digital version. So that way the people don't not buy the print because they can get it for free. So, but it's only $1, just $1.
Now, is there like a subscription thing where if I wanted to pay for the year and not have to click every time I want something?
So you can get 6 issues, which is a year, for $5 for digital. So.
That's a smoking price. Now, what we're going to do, because our world's a little different, but we will make sure there's links on Z Network X.
I appreciate it.
Because what it does, it gives you a link to someone's site. With this, we can't link you right to the magazine because, again, got to pay that $1. But it will shoot you right to their world. So if somehow you forget the name, I don't know how you're going to forget the name. And of course, down the road, instead of just wearing the DCA shirt, as we're doing interviews, you'll see that time to time I'll be wearing the Rock and Roll Industry stuff. So you'll always know the name. But remember, hit them up for the latest and greatest stuff when it comes to the music. Now, before we run, is there anything we might have left out about Rock and Roll Industries?
I think you covered it pretty darn well. You're good to go.
Well, then I guess I just have to leave with one last thing and just go with Rock and Roll Industries. It's a smoking hot product and something you got to make sure you see. From Namm 2015, Rock and Roll Industries, Jessica, B-Rad, Buzz TV. We're out, guys. See ya.
From Ministry. Hey guys, excuse me while I take something off. For once, not my pants.
No, that's out.
All right, that was a song called Watch Yourself, which was written by the late, great Paul Raven and myself for Ministry's 2007 The Last Sucker record. Gonna do one that Al wrote, excuse me, for the Houses of the Mole record. Come on, let's get a pit going.
Right here, Buzz TV, Namm 2015, Schecter Guitars, one of my favorite places. We'll get into that later. Sin Quirin and his new signature guitar. Sin, beautiful guitar.
Isn't it great? It's I'm beyond excited about this guitar. They did an amazing job. It's made exactly to my specs. It's exactly what I play. Like, it isn't like, you know, a model that they're selling and then it's not the one that I'm using. This is the actual guitar I'm using. So if people buy it, it's the actual guitar that I'm using. So.
Now, well balanced, fast playing?
Yes, it feels amazing. I'll let you play it in a little bit. loaded with Seymour Duncan blackouts. It feels amazing. I've been playing Vs. I've been playing Schecter Vs since like 2007, I think I started. And I've always loved them. And then this last year, you know, they approached me about doing a signature series, and I was like, you know, I was floored by it. So I'm honored and flattered to be, you know, among some of these great guitar players here. So yeah, it's been great.
I mean, it's an incredible model. We'll be talking to someone from Schecter about it a little later. And in fact, I have a little history with Schecter. When I was a wee little B-Rad, when it was Schecter Charvel, I worked in their parts room at the Van Nuys shop. So
wow. Old school.
Very old school, but
cool.
I still love the company. They're coming out with the most incredible and gorgeous models.
They really
and
are.
This thing with you.
Especially this one.
Oh, this is the best one, of course. Now, just real quick, because I know we got a lot of time. New Ministry
This
stuff.
is the guy that helped design this guitar with
Ben, come on up here then. Let's get you in all this. So Ben, tell me a little bit about the design. How'd you come up with all this stuff? And
it's all him. He's all, I want it simple, but still evil. And there it was.
And you just rocked it out. And again, Schecter has great products. Knocked it out of the ballpark again. You might know. What's the basically price point on something like this?
What was it, like $749? There you go.
Dude, that's a smoking number considering everybody else is trying to, you know, they don't kiss you, but they definitely are going to do everything else in that world.
Yeah, no, $750. I mean, you get a great guitar. I mean, I really encourage everybody, especially if you're a V player, check it out. If it's like at a store near you, really play it. I mean, you're going to love how it feels. It's really easy. For me, I got to get up, you know, up to these 22, 23, 24th frets for Ministry stuff, so it's real easy to get up there. It plays amazing. I've been using it at rehearsals ever since I got it, and I couldn't be happier.
Oh, we've seen the pictures, so I know rehearsals are going. Ben, we definitely appreciate your time. I know you're a busy guy, but I want to talk to the guy that's designing it. You're here. We definitely want to pull you up. So, just touch real quick. We see the Ministry stuff. Things are going good. Tour's coming along?
Tour's coming along as scheduled. We leave for Australia February 18th. The first show is in Australia at Soundwave Festival February 21st, I think.
Oh, nice.
So we're doing like about a week and a half in Australia for the Soundwave Festival. Then we go to South Africa for a show. And then we go to South America. I think we're doing Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and then Mexico, Guadalajara, and Mexico City. So that'll be end of February to end of March. That's the first leg.
Nice.
And then we do the States in May.
Perfect.
End of April into May.
That'll be great. We'll catch you on the stage show. Now, this is something I just want to put out there. I know you're going to be shocked by this. But again, we're friends. If you have a friend that's in the business, they're touring every year, they might take a few years off. If you catch them on the road, remember, they're your friends. The list is only so deep. Everyone wants to get on that list. Sometimes you're not going to be able to make it. It's not a personal thing. Never take it that way. I've seen some people say some fucked up shit, and I'm going to be the first one to call them out. That's bullshit. Okay? If you're a true friend, getting on the list doesn't matter. Remember that.
I agree. I agree.
Well, again,
you know what? To touch on that briefly, we do the best we can, as you know, with our friends. We always try to accommodate everybody, but sometimes it's just impossible.
Well, again,
and it's out of our control.
It is, and again, you get to a big city. I'm just going to throw two out: New York, LA. It's a huge market. You have a great many friends and a list that deep. You know, everyone doesn't get on it. Remember, don't take it personal. I saw some ugly stuff, and it really turned my stomach. So I just want to call some people out. Don't do that shit. If you're a friend, you're a friend. If you make it, you do. You don't, you don't. And you know what? A true friend buys a ticket and supports the artist who needs to get paid. Life ain't free out here. And in our line of work, especially our music, people ain't paying anymore. Look,
I hardly have any friends, though, so you can probably get on my list.
Cool. Lucky me. But I'm going to run, let you get to it. I know you're swamped every year. I appreciate the few minutes to talk about this thing.
Like I always tell you every time I run into you, I appreciate your loyalty and your support in the scene. We all do. Not a lot of people, you know, really stick their neck out like you do. So just so you know, we really appreciate the support, man.
Well, I love that, but you're family, so we're always there for family. B-Rad, Quirin, Ministry, Schecter Guitars, Buzz TV, Namm 2015. We're out of here. See ya.
Rapping Wesley Production.
Yeah. I've been a bad girl. Have me thinking lately that I know what you want, and what you want is me. Wanna grasp that? Do you like that? Do you like how I do it when I do it like that? You know that I'm a freak, not only in the sheets. Might let you get a peek. Give me the hand right when it's down on me. Babe, show me what you got. If you hit it right, give it all you got. Have you higher than a kite? Hope you don't fear the height. Might be your last flight. Restrain me, detain me. Boy, tie me down and blindfold me.
I know that you want my body. I'm like a hit of ecstasy. I know that you want my body. Do what you want, it's only you and me. I know that you want my body. Lock me up and throw away the key. I know that you want my body. Bad girl, my body boy. Bad girl, my body boy. Bad girl, my body.
I've been feeling trapped and I want you bad since we last blew it up in the back of Cadillac. Come fix this cause I need a hit. Come fix this boy, bring the whip. Cause you know that I'm a freak, not only in the sheets. Might let you get a peek if you play the hand right when it's down on me. Babe, show me what you got. If you hit it right, give it all you got. Have you higher than a kite? Hope you don't fear the height. Might be your last flight. Restrain me, detain me. Boy, tie me down and blindfold me.
I know that you want my body. I'm like a hit of ecstasy. I know that you want my body. Do what you want, it's only you and me. I know that you want my body. Lock me up and throw away the key. I know that you want my body. Bad girl, my body boy. Bad girl, my body boy.
For the hottest R&B instrumentals, you gotta holler at Robin Wesley Production.
Don't know what it is that makes me feel like this, but whatever it is, it's kinda hard to resist. I need a boy, I need a hit. Bad girl, my body like this.
Bad girl, my body. My body. Bad girl, my body. My body. Bad girl, my body.
Robin Wesley Production.
I'm like a hit of ecstasy. I know that you want my body. Do what you want, it's only you and me. I know that you want my body. Lock me up and throw away the key. I know that you want my body. Bad girl, my body boy. Bad girl, my body boy. I'm like a hit of ecstasy. Do what you want, it's only you and me.
R&B instrumentals, you gotta holler at
Lock me up and throw away the key. I'm like a hit of ecstasy.
You know, boy, I've been watching you.
Do what you want, it's only you and me.
And I want you to.
Bad girl,